So you log into Genshin today and you find out that there is a new event, and this might be your first time encountering one of these events. Now, this particular event is that you are helping Lisa and Jean do some potion making, having a little bit of an economy, and selling these potions to help out the people of Mondstadt. Now, there is something special about this event, and it might be your first time encountering it. So one of the things with this event is as you go through and you do it, you'll see that there's a lot of things to claim. You have Primos, you have Mora, you have EXP, you have talent books, you have weapon crystal level up thingies, but there's something else, and that is an event weapon. The event weapon is a polearm called the Dialogues of the Desert Sages. Now, you can only get one of these weapons. So the question becomes, how do you refine it? Right here where it says refinement rank 1, how do you get that to R5? Well, something else that you can claim is an Exalted Earth, which is an item that is used as the refinement material to get this weapon up to R5. Now, typically, if you want to get a weapon to R5 or higher than R1, then you have to sacrifice another weapon of the same kind or the same actual weapon. So we're going to use Dragon's Bane as an example. You see right here, we have a level 60 Dragon's Bane at R1. If I want to ascend it, I have to sacrifice another Dragon's Bane. Now, what that does is that it changes its passive to where it says right here that opponents are, it increases damage against opponents affected by Hydro or Pyro by 20%. It will increase that to 24%. That is how the refinements work. It will increase the passive, the blue number on the passive. So if we sacrifice one of these level 1 Dragon's Banes, we can then refine this to R2. So the event weapon is going to do the same thing, but instead of sacrificing another event weapon, it is going to give you the material to get it to R5. The previous example, the previous event weapon, is going to be the cardboard claymore called the Ultimate Overlord Mega Magic Sword, which you could get from an event in Fontaine. And to get this to R5, you had to sacrifice this item. It looked like duct tape or a roll of tape. Again, the event gave you these items for completing things in the event, just like this current one that is going on. Now, the reason that I'm making all of this is because, one, if you're not used to event weapons, then you might not know that that's what this is for, or that's how you get these weapons to R5. Another reason is because I actually had a event weapon from a previous event that is level 1 that I have not used, but in my bag, I had the refinement material just sitting there. And I completely forgot about it. When I did the event, I told myself I wasn't going to R5 it until I just had all the material, and I was just going to do it all at once. Well, I forgot to do it, and it sat in my bag until a couple of days ago. And it was actually the Ballad of the Boundless Blue. So I just had it sitting in my bag at level 1, R1, when I could have had it at level 1, R5, because that's so much better to have a weapon at level 1, R5 than R1. But I completely forgot about it. So if this is not your first event, go check your bags, see what refinement materials you have just sitting there, and go ahead and refine up these event weapons. Now, I am going to be doing a video on the current event pole arm. As you can see, I do have it equipped to Chevy, and I think it's going to be phenomenal on Chevy. But that video is going to be tomorrow. And in that video, we're going to be talking about the event weapon, its stats, what it does, who it can be good for. So do be sure to check back in tomorrow to see that video. If you have any questions, do be sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.